We come alive in the nighttime. Something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a week in the life of. So, currently walking down the field because I have to go get the girls in because Tom's coming to do their feet and it's obviously Tricka's last day here. She goes tomorrow morning. And I've got Tom coming to do her feet today. She leaves early tomorrow morning and then we'll take you with us. But yes, I need to get my last ride in before she obviously goes. So I get her in, tack her up, take her down to school quickly, have a little bit of a ride, and then Tom should be here. We got the girls in and obviously they had some of their breakfast. So I started grooming Tricks whilst we waited for Tom to come up. And then when Tom came up and he was doing Tricka's feet, I went in and gave Dixie a real good groom. I also had to change my clothes because once I'd emptied out the water buckets, I absolutely drenched myself. So in the next clip, obviously giving Dixie a bit of a ride, I was in different clothes because I had to change my clothes. And the good thing about that is we always keep a spare change of clothes in the car. One for me, one for Dad, one for Hazel, just in case one of us gets soaking wet, full of mud. Yeah, it's not nice, but we do it just to keep ourselves nice and warm and dry. And obviously it was quite a nice day on this Monday. So Tricka was quite dirty and she was still molting. Obviously all the horses are molting, and what I really liked about grooming Tricks is the fact that you can actually see her summer coat start to come through, and she does have a beautiful light bay golden coat underneath all this dark, and it is quite nice to see when it starts coming through and you can start seeing bits. Now obviously Tricka was weighed before she left and she was weighing in somewhere around the marks of 538 to 542. Her weight fluctuates and it is a little bit hard to keep weight on her, even with the amount of feed that she gets, plus her forage, plus her hay. For grooming, I use mostly my hash brushes now, along with my shedding tool that I've got to help bring out all the dead and old dirt. As you can see here, Dad was there scrubbing Tricka's feet away because they were a bit muddy, but also giving them just a nice clean up before Tom came. And then when obviously Tom had done her feet, we put oil on her feet to help keep her feet nice and supple. Obviously being an old girl, her feet can be a little bit brittle, but our farrier Tom is loving her feet. They are excellent, as he put it, and he is quite happy with them. Now, obviously, Tricka's mane is a bit of a pain in the ass. Where her and Dixie have been scrapping, they keep taking each other's manes out. So keeping Tricka's mane at a nice length is becoming a bit of a nightmare, or at least it was. She's enjoying herself up at Charles's at the moment. So I did resort to my rubber curry comb just to help get some of the mud off of her hocks and on her legs. It just makes it easier to get that dirt, and the shedding tool, which I don't use on her, but on her legs. But I did do it just around her hock just a little bit, because that's where she does get quite itchy. Her tail was quite nice and long. She has a really nice coat on her at the moment as well. The same with Dixie. Tricka was groomed, Tom showed up and he started doing Tricka's feet. So whilst he was doing that, I went in and obviously groomed Dixie, who was rather molty as well. And her hair got down my throat, so it made me cough quite a lot. So she was a very good girl to groom and did have a bit of a few touchy moments. But kind of to be expected, she is filling out quite nicely. Obviously, you can see the muscle definition in her shoulders. She is a very compact little horse. So by compact, she's quite short in her back, and it makes it hard to fit a saddle to her. Currently, she's in Tricka's saddle, which fits her quite nicely. Obviously, I do have a saddle fitter coming out very soon. I had gotten warm, so I took my jumper off. I had a saddle fitter coming out soon to fit Tricka's saddle to her, because obviously Tricka is at stud now, and obviously Tricka's not going to be ridden for 11 odd months, hopefully, if she is in foal. So yeah, I love that saddle, and I would like it to be able to ride in it and have it for Dixie. So that's my plan, to be able to have Tricka's saddle changed to fit Dixie properly. Obviously, it's fitting her quite nicely now, but if she fills out again, it's not going to fit. So just have it changed and have it looked at. So I'm still not very well. Have it looked at to see how she is and how much, unless I need a new saddle, which I'm hoping I don't. But yes, on to grooming her. She is quite dirty. She never really changes colour shade from her winter coat to her summer coat, so she stays quite dark all year round. She'd being touchy there. She went to kick me as well, but she did get told off. Then just went back to it and gave her that moment to relax and calm down and actually think about what she was doing. So I went to groom her face, give her kisses and cuddles, and talk to her really, because she likes being talked to. She likes that communication. There we go again. She was just being really stupid about this spot. So she did have a head collar on in the end, just to stop her being a little bit bitey and a little bit, I'm going to have you, mum. But there was no reason for her to do it. She was just very irritated, especially from where she is molting. She is incredibly irritated at the moment, especially with it all. So it's kind of like keeping that boundary, but also keeping her, like, she is not allowed to do this behaviour. This is behaviour that I don't want in her stable, and I don't want her doing naturally. So there she goes. Once she had settled down and got used to it, she followed me around the stable like she normally does, or went back to her spot. Here we go again. So yeah, once it was over with, she was absolutely fine. She just decided to be silly to begin with. So yes, she had her feet done. Tom was very happy with her feet. And obviously, then they went out into the field they went out into the field, and I had to get changed before I turned them out, because I did get drenched by moving the water buckets, and I didn't want to be in soaking wet clothes. And I did, obviously, fall over on my backside because my knee gave out as well. Good girl. Good girl.
And last time out in the field for 6 weeks. Come on, madam. Well, in our field with Dix. Come on. Let's go. Good gal. Get these guys off. Tricka's last day in the field with us. And then she's off. Aren't you, my girl? We're having one last ride in the morning. And then you're off. Oh, mind your big foot. Last day on the field with her sister. And she's off. We're having one last ride tomorrow. So, yes. Be a good girl, okay? See you in the morning. Have a good night out. So yes, Tricka goes tomorrow. Just ridden Dixie for a little bit. And, well, work Dixie. And Tricka's our last ride with Trixie tomorrow. For God knows how long. So yes, that's even if she comes out of retirement and afterwards, after what we've got planned and where she's going, which you'll all find out tomorrow. Well, I miss my baby. It's going to be so weird walking on the yard without her on there, or walking down here without her here. So, get to see that side of it as well. Because leaving in about 10 minutes. I seem to have come down with an awful cough. Oh, my baby. She's been groomed. She's had her breakfast. She had her feet picked out. She's looking a lot better, aren't you? You want a study, don't you? Yes, all right, I'll get you one. So, she's leaving in about 10 minutes. Dixie's got her lick it up. She's got a hay net up. Stud muffin, because they're Tricka's favourite. You go. Yes, I'll get you one as well. Can't give one without giving the other. Except for Dixie doesn't have stud muffins. Dixie gets the bag of treats, which I can't find. Probably will be able to find them. They're in here. Will you stop kicking your stable door? Gently. Right. Yes, she is off in a minute. Can I open this? Because you've got your chain up. Oh, head. Good girl. So, they've both been mucked out. Obviously, I've left Dixie's bed down because she's staying in until we get back. But my girl's going. I'm so sad. You're not happy, are you? Oh, my beautiful. Yeah, you are. Right. Yeah.
No, and it says Ashburton, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you get to Ashburton
Oh, right.
this way.
Okay.
You got, I think it's go down here, go right to the top,
Yep.
and turn right, I think, something like that, anyway.
No, I didn't think she was going to load.
I didn't think she was going to walk right on.
She's such a good girl. I'm so proud of her for walking on so nicely. Should have filmed it. Come on, white van man, you can get past there. I'm here, darling.
That's it.
Oh, I thought that was her calling.
Where's what, mate? No, that's her in there. That's horses in there, though.
Oh.
We'll probably heard that call coming down the hill.
Tricka's behave, please. She doesn't.
You okay?
Yeah. Well, I really didn't think she would calm down so quickly, but she has, and she's made a new friend already. You gorgeous girl. You gorgeous. You are going out in the field, darling. They are taking you out. Her stable's huge. She settled, she travelled quietly. A few little kicks and squeals and shouting, but she travelled really, really nicely. She's really happy. Happy making new friends, aren't you? Okay, they're gonna miss you, aren't I? Don't be nasty, he's only a baby. I love you, Tricky. You'll be a good girl for Charles and the team, alright? Yeah, get that mud out of you. You'll be a good girl for Charles and Stephen and the team. Oh, she's made friends. You're not happy, are you, baby? Tricka dropped off to Charles's, and now we're on our way back to go turn Dixie out, who may be a little bit stressed.
A little bit.
A little bit. Yes, on the way back to Dixie, just coming through Newton Abbot.
I just had a little cry.
I did have a cry, I did. I didn't want to leave her. But she's made new friends already. She's going out to the field later on today, and Stephen and Charles are going to keep us up to date, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up to date on how Trix is doing. She travelled really nicely. She came off the box really nicely. I didn't expect her to load the first time, but she just walked straight up onto it. So hopefully she does it when we go to pick her up. But we'll see how she gets on. Obviously she's meant to come into season in the next 3 to 4 days, which Stephen was quite happy about.
Yeah.
And we've been keeping on top of her seasons, and yeah, go find out how Dixie's doing. They picked up some lunch. Let's go back there. So she's apparently been calling. So we'll go see what sort of state she's in, and then we're going to kick her out. Hi! I said I'd come back, didn't I? Hey, darling.
That?
Hey, sweetheart. Hi, baby. I know, Tricka's not here, sweetheart. Steady. Steady, darling, steady. We'll get you out in the field in a minute, okay? We'll get you out to the field. Good girl. No.